Hey guys, so we're going to look at something we would call a Dowel Warm Up. It's a sequence of movements, shapes, patterns designed to kind of really move the joints in ways that we normally don't. Effectively, we want to explore different nooks and crannies, okay? So we're going to start off by placing the dowel on top of our traps, okay? So that's just below the neck, not on the neck, onto the traps. From there, my feet are give or take under the hips with knees slightly soft, and I'm going to simply just rotate round, okay? Now the idea here is I want to start to, just move and rinse the spine a little bit. So I may look back behind me with my eyes, or I may just simply keep my head facing forward and just allowing my ribs, my shoulders to move, okay? From here, the next thing we're going to do is swim forwards. What that looks like is we're going to make small circular motions from our ribs, okay? So try avoid moving the hips. We just want to move the upstairs. We can start to tuck the chin in, slowly extend the upper back. What I mean by that is looking up. So we do want to kind of move forwards and backwards from the spine, but we're also going up and down a little bit. Now you can play with big circles, you can play with small circles, whatever makes you feel good. We're going to reverse it, going backwards or swimming backwards here. Again, same thing, we want to go that backwards and forwards, but also a little up and down. Okay, so this is what it looks a little bit like from the sideways. We're gonna round the upper back too. Okay, now from there, we're gonna start maybe feet about shoulder width or double the shoulder width apart, toes are pointed forward. We're gonna just cleanly hinge the hips, keeping our legs straight, eyes are up a little bit. Pause for a second or two, just let the hamstrings or the back of the legs know what's about to happen. Then we're gonna come up, and we're gonna do this for a few reps. Okay, so sideways, just sending the hip back and through. Now, if that's feeling good and you have a little bit more confidence, just heel toe out a little bit, legs a little bit wider, same thing, little pause, and then drive the hips through. Okay, and again, you can go a little bit further. Okay, so again, the idea here isn't to set a personal best, but just starting to work and load different ranges. Okay, now from there, what I want to do is keeping the legs nice and wide. I want to come down, bend the knees, a little pause, try to imagine that sit bone hitting the ground, and then going to slowly come up to that horse stance almost. Posture's nice and tall, so I'm punching my hip forward with my knees bent. Then I'm going to slide my hips back, trying to get that sit bone to hit the ground. And again, driving my hips forward, sliding my hips back, driving my hips forward, sliding my hips back. Okay, from there, the next thing we're going to do, our legs are going to be a little bit wide still, not crazy wide, okay? And then we're going to bend one knee, send the hips in the same directions, and we're going to come up and look up in this particular shape. Standing tall, again, send the hips to one place, boom, drive the bend of the knees, and then coming up. And then we're going to look to connect the dots, okay? Now, with this, guys, I want to make sure, imagine there's a wall in front of you and a wall behind you. We want to make sure we're going side to side, not sort of kind of falling forwards and just doing this sort of action here, okay? So again, we're trying to open that lateral side, okay? Look up at the dowel, and it helps to kind of think about pulling the bottom arm down to get a big opening from the side body at the top, okay? Like so. From there, we're gonna bring the dowel in front of us. I like to have my palms faced up, about shoulder width, maybe a little bit wider, and imagine a tabletop. I'm gonna slide my hands on top of that tabletop, forwards and then down under the tabletop. So just kind of making a slow, smooth, circular motion for my shoulder blades, okay? Really emphasize that reaching forward, down and back. Coming up will happen naturally. Then reverse that. This time we're gonna go back on the tabletop, then under the tabletop like so, okay? So again, nice and simple, nothing too crazy. Just make sure you're avoiding moving your hands up and down like this, okay? Let the shoulder blades do the work. From there, we're gonna hold the ends of the dowel like so. Now, from there, similar to at the start, we're gonna soften the knees up about hip distance apart. Then we're gonna use that front hand, okay, and push into the back hand as I reach back with the back. Just nice and simple, nothing too crazy. Okay, so if you're somebody who's long-limbed, then you may find yourself bending the front arm quite aggressively. Obviously, I'm a dwarf, but you can see these dowels are a little bit short. So I'm having to bend my front elbow a little bit. I can start to then throw shapes as well. Again, it doesn't have to be in one particular place. Okay, so I can start to throw different shapes. And then we're gonna start to go hip still, paddling motion, pushing the top arm into bottom and making that circular motion from the shoulders. Okay, then we can reverse that backwards. Again, notice I'm not just moving my whole body, I'm trying to keep my hips still and just allowing the shoulders, the shoulder blades to glide and move on the rib cage. From there, legs go wide again, and similar to what we did a little bit earlier on, we're gonna throw our hip to one side, the same side as the knee bending, and then we're gonna look to lift our top arm into bottom, the bottom arm into top arm. Pause for a second or two, back upright, and then again to the other side. Once you establish those reference points, then we're gonna boom, go between them, okay? Again, nice and smooth. I wanna get big before I get small. Side view, small, big, then small, big, then small. So again, make sure you visualize that wall in front of you and a wall behind you. It may even help to do it near a wall, okay? Then from there, guys, a couple of different things we can add to this. And towards the end, we can look to just simply come into balls of our feet, okay, push the dowel away, start to drop our armpits, okay, start to kind of get into those last of the rib cage a little bit. We can also simply look to come into balls of our feet, squat down, use this as a little balance tool, kiss those knees onto the ground, a little sissy drop here, start to get to the underside of the feet. And last little but not least, okay, dowel to the ends of our hips, forearms onto the dowel. From here, you're gonna look to snap in half, keeping the legs straight, so you're trapping the dowel, okay? Then driving your knees forward. We're gonna try squat down. Imagine a really, okay, push that tummy into the dowel, try posture up as much as upright as possible. Then straighten those legs, hands on the dowel, posture up. So, pike, squat. Pike, squat, pike, squat. And again, don't be scared to kind of spend a little time in each position, just kind of feeling it out, building a little bit of rhythm and momentum as you get more confident with your moves. And that's our Dowel warm up.